To the organizers of this year's Webicon, the board and officers of the Philippine Association for Graduate Education, or PAGE Region 10, to my fellow presenters, research presenters this afternoon, friends and colleagues in the academe, guests, local and international, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Mark Raymond Estan. I am the Director for the Office of Student Affairs and Services at Capital University in Cagayan de Oro City, and at the same time, a professor in the same university in the Graduate School Department handling management and leadership subjects. I finished my Doctor of Education in Leadership and Management at Liceo de Cagayan University, still here in Cagayan de Oro, where I was awarded the first ever Benemeritus Award, or a Latin term which means with high academic distinction. I am profoundly and utterly proud and humbled that Page 10 has chosen my study to be one of the many excellent studies to be presented in this year's Webicon. The study that I will be presenting to you this afternoon is entitled Evaluation of Student Affairs and Services of Students' Academic Performance, a model. Now, as schools endeavor to produce well-rounded individuals equipped with moral, intellectual, emotional, occupational, and spiritual knowledge and skills fundamental in succeeding in this ever-changing milieu, every HAI is therefore challenged and necessitated to establish quality teaching and learning environment and meaningful and impactful student experience to realize the noble goal of total human formation. In support of this mission, SHED, on the other hand, mandated all HAIs to provide and adapt effective policies and standards on SAS, including guidelines for implementation. However, according to Mercado, Nuki, Hilario 2015, there are many problems or challenges that confront or affect the effective and efficacious delivery of student affairs and services. Among these problems are increasing cost of higher education due to the inescapable tuition fee hike, student demographics, demands for more accountability, issues on ethical environment on campus, relevance of student affairs and services in the new era brought about by globalization, anti-ASEAN integration, and other factors. And lastly, the role of student affairs and services in enriching student experience and success. Thus, to continuously ensure that systems and mechanisms in higher education institutions are in place and well functioning to fully serve all its clientele, fundamental to such realization is therefore the capacity and willingness to objectively assess and evaluate program and service delivery. The profession of student affairs and services is no different. These and more issues on student affairs and services prompted the interest of the researcher, that is me, to conduct an evaluation to inquire on the real status of SAS when it comes to implementation and its outcomes. For the theoretical framework of this study is anchored on Stufflebeam's context input process product or CIPP evaluation model. Stufflebeam's CIPP evaluation model is a comprehensive framework for conducting formative and summative evaluations of projects, personnel, products, organizations, and even systems. In education setting, for example, the CIPP evaluation model has been used to evaluate numerous educational projects, programs, and entities. For example, Felix in 1979 adopted the model to evaluate and improve instruction in a school in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nicholson in 1989 recommended the CIPP evaluation model to evaluate reading instruction, a faculty development project designed to support professionalism of medical students and residents was examined using the CIPP evaluation model. For the methodology, this study employed a descriptive correlational and causal research design. The study was conducted at a private university in Cagayan de Oro in Misamis Oriental. 248 students or respondents was taken from the total population of 300. The research instrument that was used in the course of the investigation was a descriptive survey questionnaire. And by the way, the researcher or the questionnaire is a researcher-made survey tool that consists of two parts. The first part of the questionnaire investigated the respondents' perception of SAS VMGO in terms of awareness, acceptability, relevance, and dissemination. The second part of the questionnaire examine the extent of implementation of the different programs and services and activities of student affairs and services in terms of one, student welfare services, two, student development services, and three, institutional student programs and services. For the results and discussions, the evaluation of the participants in terms of the SAS VMGO revealed a grand mean and standard deviation of 4.315 and 0.80 respectively. Analyzing such result indicates that the program's VMGO are accepted, understood, disseminated, and relevant to a very good extent. On the same manner, acceptability of the VMGO produced the highest overall mean at 4.37, while dissemination guarded the lowest overall mean at 4.21. The computed overall mean of the SAS program vis-a-vis student welfare, student development, and institutional student programs yielded results which are practically very close to each other. In fact, it shows an overall mean average of 4.088 and an overall or general standard deviation of 0.868, which if we will interpret means that all the three dimensions or categories of student of SAS, which includes student welfare services, student development services, and international student programs and services. All these are implemented to a very good extent. Safety and security services received the highest mean with 4.30, whereas food and dining services got the lowest mean with 3.61. The results of the Pearson's R moment correlation show that there exists a significant relationship between the student's academic performance and level of awareness, acceptability, relevance, and dissemination of the program's VMGO and implementation of SAS program. So it makes sense because this study finds the correlation, or we wanted to establish a significant relationship through the independent and dependent variables. Such relationships specifically exist in the level of awareness, acceptability, relevance, and dissemination of the VMGO and the different programs and services, and some of the programs and services under student affairs and services. The results of the multiple regression analysis reveal that acceptability, information, and orientation services, student discipline, scholarship and financial assistance, multi-faith services, and social community involvement are predictor variables of the dependent variable, which in the case of this study is students' academic performance. Also, coefficient of determination, or R squared, is 0.442, indicating that 44.2% of the differences in the academic performance of the students are explained by the predictor variables. However, 55.8% are attributed to the variables not included in the study. So based on the analysis, on the interpretation, on the data that we have, the model for students' academic performance is therefore as follows. So you can see what is flashed on your screen. That is the model that we have arrived after analyzing and interpreting the result. So um, we can what can we deduce from this model is that we can perhaps increase or decrease the level or extent of involvement, participation, or exposure of our students in some of the programs and services, specifically for orientation and information services, student discipline, scholarship and financial assistance, multi-faith services, and social and community involvement programs. For the conclusion, several programs were found to have significant relationship with students' academic performance. That's already a fact that we have proven and we have established in our study. This means that these programs and services play a crucial role for students to achieve academic success. Likewise, it is safe to infer that one way to improve the students' academic performance is through increasing or decreasing the level or extent of implementation of the predictor variables mentioned in the findings. So we have shown this in our model earlier. So perhaps we can tweak some of the existing programs and services to generate a more positive student performance. For my recommendations, it is highly advised that school officials, SAS practitioners and professionals, and other key players in the university may want to revisit programs and services of SAS and check whether they are attuned to the needs and demands of the 21st century learners in terms of effectiveness, impact, and relevance. CHED, who basically craft and develop the guidelines and a memorandum, who oversees the implementation of student affairs and services, may want to revisit and revise the existing program in order um, that governs the very broad nature and dynamics of SAS profession. CHED may want to usher in new and more comprehensive implementing rules and regulations for SAS, which is sustainable, relevant, and attuned. For the impacts and outcomes of the study, I am very proud to share that because of the study, because of the result of our study or the study, it was used as a baseline data or reference for the development of a more comprehensive and relevant operational quality plan of the different student personal services in the university. Now, this university that we have studied, all of the student personal services such as guidance, campus ministry, and several other student personal units are mandated as per quality management procedure to develop a quality operational quality plan. Now, because of the study that we have conducted, they were able to grasp important inputs for them to be able to create and develop a more comprehensive and relevant operational quality plan. At the same time, proper and efficacious implementation and or execution of SAS programs were given due consideration and emphasis, considering that some of its programs and services were identified as predictor variables to academic performance. Okay, and I think before I end my presentation, I would just like to give two personal insights that I have learned all throughout my journey of doing this research. I think number one is that the importance of student affairs and services. I think when we mention about, I think I mentioned earlier that every HEI's mission is to develop the youth to become total persons. No, it may some universities, some colleges and universities may differ in how they put this particular objective, but practically speaking, it all boils down to the development of total human formation. No, however, total human formation doesn't just revolve around the four corners of the classroom. It is imperative for us to expose and introduce our students, all the students, to not just curricular activities, but at the same time to extra and co-curricular activities. And these extra and co-curricular activities are developed by the student affairs and services. Therefore, substantial bodies of research have already proven the importance of student affairs and services in the journey of developing the youth to become total persons. And number two, I think, major takeaway that I can share to everyone is the value of research in every facet of our life. You know? We do research, most of us do research because it's a requirement, you know, because we are students, we're professionals, we belong to a university and it's mandated that we have to engage in research. But I think it should be beyond that one. You know, it should be nurtured and developed in everyone, and it should be considered as a basic skill because research is life. Okay, and I think that concludes my presentation this afternoon. Thank you so much for listening. Daghang salamat ug maayong hapon sa tanan.